Lawyers representing a baby injured while in the care of the province are unhappy with the decision to move the child farther away from the parents. The ministry seized the infant at birth nearly 2 years ago and placed the child in a foster home. But 11 weeks later, the child was clinging to life. It is alleged that a man living in the foster home shook the baby so hard that the baby suffered brain damage. The child has required 24-hour care ever since. But who should provide the care and where the child should live is now at the center of a court battle and allegations that the ministry is acting in bad faith. News reporter Stephen Andrew joins us now at the tail. Stephen.
Hudson lawyers for the child were in a BC Supreme Court today trying to convince a judge to order the province to accept an agreement from the parents. When paramedics were called to a Central Saanich foster home in November 2008, they discovered an 11-week-old baby girl who had stopped breathing. The baby was rushed to Victoria General Hospital, where doctors discovered the child had a brain hemorrhage. Police believe the injury is consistent with shaken baby syndrome. Several days later, the mother told A News she was angry with the children's ministry.
I felt terrible. I felt devastated that they do that. I trusted them to put them in a foster home after I'd been saying I'm a totally capable mother. It's terrible. I've cried many nights, but I'm fine.
Up until last Thursday, when ministry workers apprehended the child, the infant's grandfather was the custodial parent. But the girl was living in a care home close to a hospital. Lawyers for the child told a BC Supreme Court judge today they want him to give the child back to her parents. The child's lawyers say the ministry was agreeing to enter into a specialized care agreement. But the lawyers say the ministry is not approving a home chosen by the parents, a home that is already approved as a safe baby's care home. The child's lawyers argued the ministry is acting in bad faith because it wants to move the girl to a home in Souk. The child's lawyers say that will further limit her access to her parents and quality care. But the ministry disagrees and says it has been cooperating and negotiating with the parents. Ministry lawyers told the court today the Director of Child Protection Services has the best interests of the child at heart. The ministry's lawyers argue the judge does not have the jurisdiction to order the ministry to do anything. Now, in BC, only a provincial court judge has the authority to hear cases where ministry officials seize children. That appears to be frustrating the child's lawyer's husband. They want a higher court ruling to move this case forward. They argue today that it was essentially when the child was in ministry care, it was harmed, and they question now why the ministry has the right to determine what's best for the child. The judge says he will deliver his ruling on whether the girl should be returned to her parents tomorrow morning.
All right, Stephen Andrew reporting. Stephen, thank you.
You're welcome.